Welcome to this new nutrition business 10 key trends video. Our focus today is on the plant-based trend. If there's one thing that's propelling the plant-based trend more than anything else, it's creative product development. People have always wanted to eat more plants, and now that they're available in far more convenient forms, they can. It's much easier for people to include more vegetables in their diet because they come in more inviting, more convenient, more snackable, and better tasting forms. It's also important that we're all food explorers now. People are looking around for new and more exciting ways to consume food and to bring enjoyable and interesting things into their lives. Take kimchi for example, a Korean plant-based dish, a fermented vegetable, pretty much unknown in the West 10 years ago. It's as popular today in New York and Glasgow as it is in Brussels. Plant-based is an opportunity for every type of business, no matter what category you're in. Contrary to what is often claimed by the media and some consultants, we're not all turning into vegetarians. New Nutrition Business's consumer survey in 2018 found that in most countries, around 20% of people say they're trying to reduce their meat consumption, but in practice, no more than 6 to 8% of people are fully vegetarian. And a recent study published in a journal revealed that around a third of vegetarians actually include some chicken or fish in their diet. If consumers can be described as flexitarian, which is a popular word, but not one that consumers use themselves, that's largely because good new product development is making it easier for people to choose more plant-based meals and snacks. So it's no accident that the plant-based offerings of the Pret-a-Manger food service chain, and this is a chain that operates in New York, London, Paris, Dubai and Hong Kong, it's not surprising that they're marketed as, quote, not just for vegetarians. So let's look at some of these opportunities in a little bit more depth. Possibly the biggest is snacking and mini meals. Vegetables have traditionally been sold as a commodity and they needed to be washed, peeled, chopped, cooked, and this created a meal problem for the consumer, not a meal solution. The vegetable category was possibly the single most inconvenient in the supermarket. But because of advances in food technology, a host of plant-sourced ingredients of all types can now be used as ingredients in a very wide array of products, including types of snacks. One good example is the Growers Garden brand. This is a small cooperative of farmers growing broccoli for supermarkets and having to figure out what to do with the waste product that supermarkets reject. What they did was they used simple food technology to create something like a potato chip but made with broccoli that's 100% natural and allows people who want to include more broccoli in their diet to do so without the convenience challenge of having to cook and prepare broccoli. G's Fresh, owner of the Love Beets brand, takes a difficult to prepare and messy vegetable, that's the beetroot, and presents it as a snack size ready to eat choice. So alongside growing big beetroot to sell to supermarkets, this company decided to grow tiny snack sized beetroots. As the company said to New Nutrition Business, quote, convenience is the secret sauce to our product. The company is a UK company, but their main market is in the US, and they earn over $25 million a year of sales, despite selling at a 300% price premium, and that's the reward from consumers for giving them tiny, snackable, prepared beets that people don't even have to touch and are easy to integrate into their daytime snacking regime. In the Netherlands, a brand called TOMMIES introduced Dutch people to the idea of snacked vegetables. Positioned as being a good choice for travellers, healthy snacks for kids, easy to eat at work, as well as being a healthy treat, the company began with tomatoes and has since expanded into other areas and earns really very significant price premiums for the convenience that it brings. Another simple example is Mash Direct. Because of the very poor prices vegetable growers receive for their crops, a Northern Irish vegetable growing company created a brand. It was born out of the necessity of finding a way to keep a family farm afloat. One night, after discussing with a close friend over a glass of whiskey what they should do, the founders dreamt up a business providing traditional vegetables in a way that's both convenient and healthy. The product sells in supermarkets and convenience stores throughout the UK. It earns the company much better margins than they would get from their traditional vegetable business, and it has saved the family farm. There's no limit to what can be made more convenient. America's biggest sauerkraut producer markets pickled vegetables of all kinds, and simply by creating the Oh Snap brand and taking pickled vegetables from being something you bought in a large glass jar that was inconvenient and required a fork, they've made them into a competitive snack item individually wrapped for people to get their vegetables throughout the course of the day. In Germany too, one of the leading producers of pickled vegetables is Spreewaldhof, has taken a similar approach. Even more radically, they've put a single-serve gherkin in a can. It's sold in supermarkets and convenience stores and petrol stations across Germany, as well as online via Amazon. It's convenient, it's unusual, and it gets the company a 150% price premium. The other big area of opportunity is centre-of-plate good carbs. Companies like Green Giant, the large supplier of frozen vegetables, understand what people want. It's added to its existing range of vegetable noodles intended as replacements for pasta, a beetroot variety, for example. Green Giant appeals to consumers' twin desires to cut down on some carbohydrates, but also to increase their intake of plant foods. And it is a factor in vegetables that there is a driver in many markets of people seeking to reduce their intake of what they perceive as being bad carbs. This is still early stage, and it's really only a trend among the most health-conscious 25 to 30% of the population. But there are a growing number of people who they're not eating paleo or keto or strict low-carb diets, but they're influenced by what they find in online media about the supposed benefits for weight loss or blood sugar management of consuming fewer carbs or better carbs. There are also more companies offering the benefits of hidden vegetables, so vegetables integrated into a traditional product. And the best example is Finnish bakery group Fazer, which back in 2015 launched a bread made with less flour. The flour is replaced with 33% vegetables. It's marketed as a healthier option containing, quote, quality carbs. So the brand has now been around 4 years and it's easily doubled the amount of shelf space that it has in the supermarket. For most people, the plant-based trend is not about replacing meat or dairy entirely. It's about people wanting to get more vegetables into their diet, and that can be done in a range of different ways. Even, for example, buying sausages where some of the meat has been partly replaced by vegetables. For plant-based, the future is one of growth and opportunity. There's no limits to the possibilities for innovation or what consumers are willing to try. Key to success is creative new product development and a focus on convenience.